They told me to hush, so I learned how to break. Silence was louder than screams I could make. Hands over my mouth, dust in my veins. I buried my name in a garden of pain. No bedtime stories, just silence and stares. I reached out for love, found nobody there. Invisible ink on a childhood erased. So I carved my worth in a world set ablaze. If I vanish, would you turn your head? Or just walk past like I've always been dead? I was a ghost in your perfect scene. Now I'm the shadow that haunts your dream. If I disappear, will you finally see me? Would the silence scream loud enough to free me? I was just a boy, not your enemy, but you looked away, now you remember me. Too late for saving, too far for peace. I'm what you made when you let me bleed. If I disappear, if I cease to be, would you finally see me? All I wanted was arms that held tight, not the curse of a touch that ends life. I waited in rooms that never felt warm, then tore through the world just to feel like I'm born. Was it my fault for being too small, for crying too loud, for feeling it all? You built me a coffin instead of a home. Now I raise the dead just to not feel alone. You labeled me villain but never looked close at a boy in the rubble still chasing a ghost. I begged with my silence, I pleaded with eyes, but you only see value when something dies. If I disappear, will you finally see me? Would the silence scream loud enough to free me? I was just a boy, not your enemy, but you looked away, now you remember me. Too late for saving, too far for peace. I'm what you made when you let me bleed. If I disappear, if I cease to be, would you finally see? Don't call it evil, call it neglect, call it the scars that you chose to forget. I didn't break, I was broken slow by hands that claimed love but let me go. If I disappear, will the world cry